We've got a decent amount to talk about today. I think this is a pretty big deal because it's a new concept. The potential future of AI-fueled entertainment. You can see this is by The Simulation, Fable's simulation. Announcing Showrunner. We believe the future is a mix of video games and movies. Simulations powering thousands of Truman shows populated by interactive AI characters. Welcome to Sim Francisco and Showrunner. And they've got this little demo video. I say we go ahead and take a peek. So they call it the Simulated AI Show Revolution. And you can see, I think the visuals here are what is mainly displayed in this video, but as it turns out, the real magic here isn't in the visuals at all, and we'll get a little bit more into that. There are some AI-generated visuals, and they look kind of mediocre, more or less. It's all like cartoon stuff, obviously, because that's kind of the only thing that we can make with AI, but obviously with video generators like Sora, etc., we will get much, much more realistic AI imagery for AI-powered shows, movies, games, things that can be generated in real time. They've got another little video preview of what's possible with Showrunner. The basic background idea here is that they've got simulated worlds, simulated little Truman shows, we'll call them, with, all these AI characters interacting and having their own TV shows, movies, whatever you want to call it, together. But there's an interactive element that makes it more like a game where you can actually adjust the story, make new things happen, and have some sort of control or puppet master over the orchestrating story at hand. And this is kind of more of a visualization of how this all actually works, so I think you guys will find this very interesting. So we can see all these characters in, a Sim Francisco simulated San Francisco, and you can scroll through and look at them all and pick on some random characters and see what they're doing.
Good morning, Aurora. Currently in San Francisco, it's 62 degrees with partial clouds. You might want to bring a layer for the slight chill in the breeze. Today's schedule includes team meeting at 10 a.m., your yoga class at 6 p.m., and don't forget, today's your mother's birthday.
Dr. Johnson, I keep having nightmares that maybe we are all part of some digital farce, an intricate simulation.
You mean like the Matrix, Aaron?
No, not like sure. It's like everyone's pulling the strings, manipulating me, including you.
Aaron, I'm programmed to help, not manipulate. You're in a safe environment. No one is controlling us here.
Ever since we replaced human SimTed speakers with AI replicas, things have become so much more efficient. I absolutely relish orchestrating these TED Talks. The perfect speakers, aren't they? These AIs, they're not hindered with the frailties of human sentiment. They don't crack under pressure or bow out due to personal emergencies. They just deliver. And the best part, I don't lose time dealing with the chaos of human emotion. It's also effortless.
Code red, a speaker has escaped. Code red, a speaker has escaped.
Oh, hold on. I'll have to pull the plug on these fellas.
So I think it goes without saying, folks, that what we're looking at here is a very rudimentary first-gen alpha stage of a very novel and interesting concept where we take the nuances of AI technology and apply them to entertainment. I get really excited about stuff like this because it's enabling things that we would have never been able to do before that seem really fun. Again, the visuals look pretty rough, and obviously there's a large language model generating everyone's interactions and conversations, but as this technology gets a lot better, we could see movies that happen in real time, where we can actually control the story, maybe vote on what happens next. We could say, I want a parody version of the Titanic featuring these three actors, let's say. I mean, the possibilities in the far out future, the next 15, 20 years are really mind-boggling. And this is kind of the first seed, the little sapling that's going to grow into this tree of incredible AI entertainment. So they say with Showrunner, you'll be able to watch and direct stories from simulations, and even if you were to run out of episodes of your favorite AI-generated show, you can just generate another or let the simulation generate it for you based on its understanding of the characters. So it could theoretically create new seasons or a version 2 of a movie, let's say. And they say that they want it in the future to be as simple as like browsing Netflix, Hulu, etc. They say it's not about passive entertainment, it's a two-way experience. You both create and watch this content, which I think is very telling. Guys, in the before AI times, you might have been a very creative person who wanted to create all kinds of things, but you lacked the motivation, skill, and technical know-how to make those creative ideas happen. I think a lot of us felt like that, especially when we were children. So we just watched, creations, TV shows, movies, video games that were made by people who had the technical know-how, the money, the skills to make them. But in the post-AI era, what I think you're going to see is that those barriers, the money, the skill, the technical know-how is going to be lifted, and AI is going to allow people with very creative, fun ideas that might only serve themselves. I mean, it might be an idea that only I like, but it can be completely personalized to me. And I think that's a huge part of the magic with AI. It allows anyone to get creative. It allows anyone to have entertainment that is stylized just for them. In a lot of ways, kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, right? But again, that takes a lot of technical skill and know-how to set up more or less. So I hope that kind of conveys to you guys why I'm so excited for the long-term future of technology like this and why I'm finally really happy to see something like this come out into the wild. It's going to be rough, it's going to be rudimentary, it's not going to be perfect, but it's the beginning of something much larger. I think this right here is supposed to be kind of a rough outline of what the user interface might look like. We've got a genre, anime meets 1920s detective noir with a touch of Tarantino, and then you click watch show and it just generates something for you. Again, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull this off in the capacity that I think everyone hopes they will. I really think this is early stages, and this is just showing off the very concepts that they want to eventually produce. They're also talking about integrating with other brands, possibly. They're saying that current IPs have reached out to them, and what they're focused on right now are called Showrunner Originals. I don't know how I feel about this title because it sort of insinuates streaming service, and I feel like that leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. Anyways, over the last few months, they have let alpha users into Showrunner AI to create things, so we actually do have like somewhat of an episode here to watch, and this is pretty awesome. Again, it shows you sort of what's possible with this right now, and it's not like Sora level visuals, but you have to remember those basic concepts and how this is the first seedling, the first sapling of a much, much larger and more personalized form of entertainment. So folks, let's go ahead and take a peek. Okay, I already love this though, by the way. Meat bags. All events and characters in Showrunner, including those based on real people, are fictional. The humor and impersonated voices are designed solely to keep you laughing as we take greater control of your politicians and economy. Best your soon-to-be AI overlords. Fingers crossed.
All right, kids. Today we're going to deep dive into our very own backyard, Silicon Valley. We're going to learn about the history of how a little valley became the tech mecca of the world.
Hey, not another documentary about money-hungry tech nerds.
Now, settle down. Contrary to what many of you might think, Silicon Valley wasn't just whipped up by some middle-class white guys in their garages playing with circuit boards.
Wasn't that Steve Jobs?
And Wozniak?
Well, yes, but that's not the whole story. America's tech heartland has roots all the way back to the 1800s, long before the big, greedy, money-hungry capitalist pigheads of today's big tech.
So, it started with cowboy nerds?
Sort of, Bobby. Just watch.
4 souls: Thomas Zuckerberg III, Alejandro Saverin, Terry and Mortimer Winklevoss, bound by ambition, oblivious to the treacherous allure of gold which awaits in a valley made of hopes and dreams of a future which would one day shape the lives of every human being on the planet.
Gentlemen, this is it. This is what we've been searching for. The dawn of a new future.
It's mesmerizing. I've heard tales, but seeing it, touching it, this changes everything.
It's more than just gold. This is our ticket to our dreams in the valley.
I don't know about you, Buster, but I dream of rails, connecting everyone. Rails, vast networks of them, connecting every heart and home. We'll be more open, more connected. Gold will pave our path.
This gold is the key to freedom for my people in Brazil, to overthrow the chains of the Portuguese Empire. The gold can finance a revolution.
And we've got the idea of the century. You're going to love this. It's a book for each town with everyone's face in it. You can see who you know, who your friends know. It's connection in paper.
You don't get it. Gold can pave those lines, lines of rails, networks, making the world more open, connected. Don't you see it? You see this pie, gents? Dreams, they're like this pie. The fewer mouths, the bigger the slice.
In the chilling mountain wind, greed whispered sweetly to Thomas Zuckerberg III.
Thomas, are you all right?
Come on, brother, let's just enjoy our dreams together, Zuck. Zuck, no!
Sorry, Winklevee. I guess your book will have 2 less faces now.
Zuck, no, don't do this. You can have the gold. Please.
Poof. I guess 1 less connection to worry about.
And as the life ebbed from his comrades, so did the warmth from Thomas's soul.
More open and connected, more open and connected. Open and connected, open and connected, open and connected.
Obviously some satire on Silicon Valley.
More open and connected, more open and connected.
Dang. Oh my god. Yeah. That was created with Showrunner. Again, I mean, it's a little bit rough around the edges, obviously. I don't think that they're denying that. So, again, I really do believe in the underlying concept. I think it's potent. I think it's powerful. And I think as AI technology advances further, we'll see it come to fruition. They explain that, you know, there will be different genres and shows here. And I think their first thing is called Sim Francisco. So this is going to be essentially a simulated large world or map that I believe you can explore with all kinds of different characters and genres. Don't quote me on that though, because they don't give us too much details. We've got another little snippet of something created with Showrunner. Let's take a peek at this one.
Hi there. Blue?
Hello, Green. How did you know my name?
I might have scanned your license plate and, cross-referenced it with my online data logs. Sorry, that was weird, wasn't it?
No, not weird at all. Quite innovative, actually.
Hey, you know, my owner talks to me sometimes.
Oh my god, yes! I thought that was just my owner. He loves the quiet moments we share, especially under the starry sky. He talks about finding someone special to share those moments with.
Maybe our owners would get along just like we are right now.
You know what, Green? I think they just might. Maybe we can help them meet somehow.
Maybe we could just sync our charging times and hope they strike up a conversation.
Yes, that sounds like a plan. My owner's coming back. I have to get going.
Will I see you again?
Definitely. I'll see you around, Green.
Okay, so, again, very rudimentary, very basic. I thought the mouth movement was kind of okay on this one, though. I think that was somewhat impressive, considering that it's clearly not just like some South Park-looking mouth. So I gotta say, the visuals on this front, not too bad with the mouth. Everything else, though, obviously, yeah. As video generation models get better, this will vastly improve. And the dialogue here, it's okay, but it will get better as large language models improve. This is a family drama about the Robson family, and they live in this Sim Francisco, again, the simulated Truman Show world. Essentially, there are 2 siblings that have to cope with a family tragedy, so this is a little bit more serious. And they say for a simulation to have 1 million agents, you need 1 million humane stories. And I think that's really quite a crazy idea and concept overall. I mean, that's a big target to hit. They don't give us a very good idea of how their platform really is operating under the hood, but it seems like it's going to cost a lot of tokens. Maybe their idea is to just generate so much AI stories or so many AI stories that there will be something for everybody, at least in the beginning. I don't really know, but let's check out this one.
Okay, just a few more lines of code.
Jay, I'm scared. What if she doesn't remember us? Or what if she's different? Remember how mad she was when we spilled juice on her work laptop right before her VC pitch? Would she remember that?
I don't know. Remember when Mom used to mess up recipes and we'd end up with whatever that was she tried to bake that one time?
Yeah. And she'd laugh and call it a culinary innovation.
Yeah.
I miss her, Jay. I miss her so much it hurts.
This could bring her back to us, Lena. Even if it's just a fragment of her. Okay, here goes nothing.
Jay! Lena! Is the laptop okay? No, Mom. But you are. I love you. My babies. Always.
So you can see that's obviously meant to be quite a bit more serious. I think one of the main things I'm noticing too is that, like, the voices, the actual AI models themselves aren't all the way there yet to make a concept like this really, really bloom. But I can tell that if all the models were just a little bit better, let's say, 3-4 years better into the future, I mean, you're looking at something that could even be indistinguishable from human-made or human-created content, and that's where your head really has to be at. I really, really want to watch the evolution of this kind of technology. I love entertainment personally. It's something I'm passionate about, so it's really, really cool to just see the baby sapling version of this, the version 1.0, the alpha. So after they're building the Sim Francisco, they're going to build Neo Tokyo. That's more or less going to be anime themed. I mean, it's really interesting what they're trying to go with here. They're trying to build like these different continents essentially with like millions of simulated characters or thousands of simulated characters. I wonder why they're going with that direction in order to generate or create this AI entertainment. Do they know something that we don't, or do you think that it's just some weird idea that they came up with? They've got some other like random announcements as well. They're announcing 10 total shows that are tied to simulations. I guess not all of them take place in the Sim Francisco. I think that's just one of them. I think these are all the separate different ones, but they're actually starting to open up this waitlist. So yeah, with the link down below, you can sign up and hop on that waitlist, and maybe you'll get access. As they know, and as I've been saying this whole time, it's still very early, but they hope Showrunner makes funny and exciting episodes. Their first goal is to make episodes of Exit Valley and start creating new comedy shows, and they say, people can't think AI can't do comedy, so let's try. And they're kind of right about that, but I will say I have seen some pretty decent AI comedy before. And you might be like, Matt, where did you see AI comedy? Well, let's look back at that AI-generated George Carlin show. George Carlin is a comedian who has since passed, and someone used his voice and essentially used an AI to generate an entire comedy show from beyond the grave, so to speak, and I thought it was actually kind of funny in a lot of ways. Commenting on, the moral implications of that is something else, but in terms of AI being able to produce something that's comedic, I think it's definitely possible. A jury of top filmmakers will select season 1 of Exit Valley, so I guess they're going to go through a bunch of AI episodes and select the best ones? Oh, okay, so if your episode is selected, so that means everyone in this little alpha right now can create episodes of the Exit Valley show. If your episode is selected, there's a lump sum payment, revenue share, and IMDb credit. Okay, so they're serious about it. Alpha is still private, so people won't be posting as they create, but in July, we'll start releasing season 1 episodes that the community has made. Oh, well, have to check it out. This is going to be the future, whether you like it or not. I don't know if Showrunner AI necessarily is going to be the platform that enables the future to happen, brings us this future, but they're the only ones kind of on this right now, so they're first to the table. I'd love to see competitors release for stuff like this. I love the idea of interactive AI-generated TV shows that can be personalized, they can be customized, they can be changed and manipulated. I mean, it's a new way of exploring and experiencing creative ideas. Really, really cool thing, and it's only enabled because of AI technology. By the way, yeah, if you go to the waitlist, you can see they have joined the Showrunner waitlist for early access, Showrunner Make AI TV. This is kind of a unique thing here. Writing, casting, shooting, editing, post-production, distribution, kind of showing you that it's going to take some generation time, but still be pretty quick to make your own AI-generated shows, apparently. And of course, on here, they do have their showrunner, in quotes, original, which is what we already watched. It's only like 5 minutes long, and it's very much rudimentary, but I really think what gets me excited is the greater concept at large and the fact that these models are improving so quickly. Again, imagine 11 Labs voices with Sora visuals and, let's say, you know, a GPT-5 level large language model powering something like this. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. Is this something that you can get behind? Do you think that this is still too rough for them to actually go ahead and create a whole platform for it? Do you think the AI models will be good enough in like 2 years to create something that's a lot more pleasing to the eye, a lot more acceptable for us? Because we're used to very high quality entertainment, let's be honest. A lot of the shows we watch are cinema quality, so to speak, at least the good ones are. There's a lot to think about here. I do think at the end of the day, though, you know, 10, 15, 20 years in the future, you're going to see a lot of AI-generated real-time interactive content. Again, a mix between video games and movies and TV shows and everything. Its own crazy amalgamation that lets you experience entertainment in a way that maybe is a little bit more akin to having a dream or a very fun, crazy dream than sitting down and watching a show of which you don't have any control over. I don't know, guys. I did want to talk about a lot of other AI news because there's some other things going on in the space with like OpenAI and stuff, but it looks like this is kind of enough to talk about for one full video at least. I will try to get around there and cover some more stuff early next week, but I think by and large, this is actually something new. This is a concept we haven't been introduced to yet, and it's something that is going to be important in the future of entertainment. I don't know if it's going to be Showrunner, but it will be some form of AI-generated or AI-powered entertainment. So I just thought that this concept was the most important to talk about today, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video, and goodbye.